All right, Shalom is real. All praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakak Wadash for allowing me to do another lesson. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for being faithful witnesses to the Holy Spirit. And salutations to the elect whom the Lord hath given ears to hear. This might be just a part one. We'll see how far we get, but there's a reply from the elder apostle Gabar's lesson, fresh and Fit says, this life is over. The most important thing is getting closer to God. And I was watching the elder apostle's video. It made me think on Ecclesiastes 2, where it says the futility of pleasure. I said to myself, come on, and this is in the NLT, by the way, as you see, let's try pleasure. Let's look for the good things in life. But I found that this too was meaningless. When you watch the video, pretty much Fresh goes into how he's been on the other side. And when I say the other side, I'm talking about in a life, living a life of luxury, the life of pleasure. But he also found that it was meaningless. So I said, laughter is silly. What good does it do to seek pleasure? After much thought, I decided to cheer myself with wine, and while still seeking wisdom, I clutched at foolishness. In this way, I tried to experience the only happiness most people find during their brief life in this world. I also tried to find meaning by building huge homes for myself and by planting beautiful vineyards. I made gardens and parks, filling them with all kinds of fruit trees. I built reservoirs to collect the water to irrigate my many flourishing roofs. Slakia. So in his lifetime, this would be comparable to building many flourishing businesses. I brought slaves, both men and women, and others were born into my household. I also owned large herds, and flocks, more than any of the kings who had lived in Jerusalem before me. So he had money. That was great riches back then. When you read the book of Job, it spoke on the riches of Job, and amongst that his portfolio, so to speak, he had many cattle and oxen and sheep. That was considered riches, which it is. Think about it to this day, because what is man's life? For him to sustain himself is what? Water. Scriptures speak on that. Water, of course, food, clothing. So it says, I collected great sums of silver and gold, the treasure of many kings and provinces. I hired wonderful singers, both men and women, and had many beautiful concubines. I had everything a man could desire. So I became greater than all who had lived in Jerusalem before me, and my wisdom never failed me. Anything I wanted, I would take. I denied myself no pleasure. I even found great pleasure in hard work, a reward for all my labors. But as I looked at everything I had worked so hard to accomplish, it was all so meaningless, like chasing the wind. There was nothing really worthwhile anywhere. Now jumping down, where it says the futility of work. I came to hate, and this is verse 18, all my hard work here on earth, for I must leave to others everything I have earned. And who can tell whether my successors will be wise or foolish? Yet they will control everything I have gained by my skill and hard work under the sun. How meaningless. Right? So again, King Solomon found that not only his work was meaningless, all right, because it amounted to nothing. You know, it didn't give him the sense of fulfillment that he thought it would. All right, and then he also understood that you work so hard in this life, nevertheless, it's not necessarily it's not necessarily going to last. You know, you spend your every waking breath or every thought on money, getting to the bag, building generational wealth, as people like to think today. But the real generational wealth, all right, is closer to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, good mindset. You know, when you go into the blessings, like the Lord said, when you follow me, pretty much these blessings are going to overtake us. And that's true generational wealth. All right, a good mindset. It says blessings for obedience, Deuteronomy 28. Right, so this is what the real thing that we should be seeking. Where it says, if you fully obey the Lord your God and carefully keep all his commandments that I'm giving you today, right? And to carefully keep the ways of the Lord, you got to think upon it. That should be our main focus. You know, to carefully remember and meditate and understand. That takes time. All right. Whereas to carefully, you know, build your portfolio, your riches, you know, your assets, that takes time too. Right. So the point being is, which one are you going to put your time into? As we know, our life here is very short. So it says, you will experience, it says that I'm giving you today, the Lord your God will set you high above all the nations of the world. You will experience all these blessings if you obey the Lord your God. Your towns and your fields will be blessed. Your children and your crops will be blessed. The offspring of your herds and flocks will be blessed. Your fruit baskets and breadboards will be blessed. Wherever you go and whatever you do, you will be blessed. Jumping down to verse 9, we'll read through Salakia. The Lord Yahweh will conquer your enemies when they attack you. They will attack you from one direction, but they will scatter from you in 7. The Lord will guarantee a blessing on everything you do and will fill your storehouses with grain. The Lord will bless you in the land he is giving you. If you obey the commands of the Lord your God and walk in his ways, the Lord will establish you as his holy people, as he swore he would do. Okay. And that's a gift that keeps on giving. As a matter of fact, when we go back to Ecclesiastes 2, that's actually of the Lord, where you could right, this is Ecclesiastes 2 and 22. So what do people get in this life for all their hard work and anxiety? Their days of labor are filled with pain and grief. Even at night, their minds cannot rest. It is all meaningless. So I decided there is nothing better than to enjoy food and drink and to find satisfaction in work. Then I realized that these pleasures are from the hand of God. And it says, for who can eat or enjoy anything apart from him? God gives wisdom, knowledge, and joy to those who please him. But if a sinner becomes wealthy, God takes the wealth away and gives it to those who please him. You know, at the end of the day, like when you go into Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, right? And actually, it speaks on those who are pretty much those, all right, those who put their minds into this, the riches of this world, like it says in Wisdom of Solomon 5, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. And this is the one that actually spent their time serving Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and looking for riches. All right, the wisdom and not, which is the true riches, as it says in Romans 11, is the wisdom and knowledge of the Lord. Right, that's true understanding on all aspects of life. We fools account his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of God, and his lot is among the saints? Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined into us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. Right? So